Part 23. So Satan was cast down, having great wrath, because he knew that he had but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. That's believing Israel that brought forth Christ. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and a half time from the face of the serpent. She fled into the wilderness for 1,260 days. Satan was cast down, and the believers fled. Once the believers got out, like they were supposed to right here, then Satan could deceive the nations no longer. There were unbelievers left in Israel. Believers fled. The other people who did believe, they were killed for not taking the mark of the beast, anybody who didn't get out. Who was left for Satan to deceive? The believers were gone. Who's he going to deceive? This is Satan being thrown into the bottomless pit. But Satan had a plan. He gave his power and authority to the beast while he was gone. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away with the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. The water after the flood was the Roman soldiers, who were at that time, since the fire in Rome in 64 AD, they were trying to kill the believers, the Christians. But the earth, Israel, the unbelieving Israel there, helped the woman and swallowed up the flood. Because what happened is unbelieving Israel started attacking Roman citizens in 66 AD. And this caused a war. So Nero and Rome turned their sights off of the Christians. This is the earth swallowing up the flood. That flood, the Roman armies. And the Romans did not chase the believers into the wilderness. They turned their sights on unbelieving Israel. And I'll talk about this in Revelation 17 whenever we get there. But this is what it's talking about, the 10 horns on the beast, who made war with the Lamb. Because first they were killing the Christians, but the Lamb overcame them. And then God put in their hearts to fulfill his will, to destroy Mystery Babylon, which is Jerusalem in the 1st century. Unbelieving Jerusalem, the city. So Satan knows that he cannot deceive them anymore. The believers fled. So what does he do? He gives his power and authority to the beast, and that's what we'll get into in the next chapter.